L-O-R-E-B-O-Y-S. It's the Lore Boys here. Welcome.
Spelling edition!
Whoa! Every single word after this one will be spelled out letter by letter.
Ouch.
Hope you guys are ready for 5 hours of podcasting.
Welcome to the podcast that is about supernatural,
Also supernational.
Supernational.
high school drama.
It is very Japanese, so.
Yeah.
Yes,
Drama, D-R-A-M-A.
Oh, you got
dude.
that one. E-T-H-A-N.
Man, someone just came from 2 exams. Who knows how to spell?
Math exams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Yeah, my university exams did consist of 4 spelling bees, actually.
And he had to write his own name on the front page.
I got 4th place in one of them.
That's not good.
Yeah. So my name's James Miller. I'm joined here with
Peter O'Donohue.
and
I'm Ethan.
That's Ethan.
oh well, welcome guys, welcome. Today I want to talk to you about Persona. It's a game that I just recently picked up 2 years late for Persona 5, that is. But there's a lot to Persona. And have you guys played?
What, 2%? Persona 2?
Persona 2. Yeah, that game. They were. It was a long time ago. I think Persona 2 was 1999. But
Oh, really? I didn't realize they were that old.
yeah.
They were waiting. There was like a long wait between Persona 4 and 5?
Yes.
Is that true? Yeah.
They had a
Yes.
fighting game too, Persona 4 Golden or something?
I have
Yeah.
no idea anything about Persona. I don't know what kind of game it is. I don't know
Okay.
anything about it.
So Persona, modern day Persona, the basic concept is during the day you make friends at a school. During the night you fight dungeons with your friends that you make. You can
Okay.
choose to like people, choose to not like people. You have a set amount of time. You can't be friends with everyone.
Okay.
So you got to make your
You gotta
friends.
pick and choose.
You got to pick and choose.
You gotta choose your good friends.
Exactly.
I want Biff. He's big and strong.
Yeah, you need to check their teeth. Make sure they got good teeth. None of those fucking snaggletooth weirdos.
Yeah.
Not coming with me into my mental dungeons.
You just walk around with blocks of wax and ask people to bite into them.
Yeah. exactly. Before we get into it,
Sure.
super quick here. I'm just going to front load this one for the first episode or two. If you guys want to send us some viewer feedback, you could email us at loreboyspodcast@gmail.com. And going forward, if you guys send us some emails that are not just a string of horrible slurs,
Yeah.
we will read them on air at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
so this is
email-
your early reminder that maybe one day.
Honestly, just get them out to us however. Email, message us on Facebook or Twitter, whatever.
loreboyspodcast@gmail.com.
Loreboyspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
We'll mention it now. Maybe we'll mention it in the next episode. And if you missed that, their fucking ship has sailed.
Yeah, it's gone, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone forever, dude.
Yeah,
we want
that's
to
it.
hear from you guys, but only if you do it on our very strict schedule.
Yes. If you don't
So,
download the podcast the day it comes out, why are you even listening?
No, that's it. And just like in Persona, you are on a strict schedule all the time, pretty much. Like, a lot of the time, you'll have, like, a set deadline, 14 days to clear this dungeon. And in that time, you can buy weapons, you can just take stabs at the dungeon. Usually, you won't ever finish a dungeon in one single night.
Okay.
And when you go to bed, you, like, kind of get to a safe room, and then you can pick up from the next day.
Okay.
And there might be actual, like, gated things where you have to talk to this person in the real world before you can get past this safe world. So you're wondering, what is the dungeon?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Yeah.
Plays Persona once.
Yeah.
Expert on Japanese culture.
Yeah.
So dungeons, I've only have experience with Persona 5, so I can only speak to that. They are palaces, is what they're called, the actual term.
Okay.
And they are somebody else's unconscious brain.
They're palaces of the mind.
So
Oh,
you
you're
go to sleep.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Inception was a Persona movie, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
And no, like the.
Have you not seen that movie?
Yeah,
Dun, dun,
I've
dun.
heard of it. I've heard of it. There's
Yeah.
music. It's
I
very
dreamed about
chunky
it one
music.
time. Yeah.
Very chunky music.
Yeah.
Um,
Skrillex did the soundtrack.
yeah.
Yes, he did.
So there's a lot to break down. All of this game is very abstract. It's very out there. If you were going into someone's mind palace, you would be your persona. And your persona is like your true self when you take away your mask. And it ends up being like this imagined form. Like maybe it's like your Patronus, I guess.
Okay.
Whenever you take off your mask, and then this is like, maybe you are a pirate dude. Maybe you are like this
Maybe you're a deer.
knight.
Maybe you're
Maybe
a
you're
Kelpie.
deer. Maybe you're a Kelpie. Kelpies are monsters in the 5th one.
Yes, well, that's because I watched you play it for a half hour and
Yeah.
remember some of the animals.
Cool.
So
Maybe
your
you're
persona,
2B from Near Automata. Can I be 2B?
Maybe, I don't know what that is.
I
From
don't
Nier
think
Automata.
you can. I did finish that game. It's weird.
Yeah.
Good, but weird.
It's gonna be like this imagined, like hero form, I guess, is your persona.
Okay.
And then the dungeons or the palaces are in the brain of usually the bad guy.
Okay.
So like one of the teachers in Persona 5, he's a real asshole. He's fucking up a lot of people's lives. So you go into his brain, and the first palace, without this, there's no spoilers here. This is just kind of broad strokes what's happening. You see that the palace is the school, but reimagined how he thinks it is.
Okay.
There's like certain students that appear as slaves, and like people are worshiping him. But
Okay, that's
people
cool.
don't worship him in real life.
She's just an egomaniac.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just a narcissist kind of thing.
Exactly.
So then eventually you go to his cerebellum, find a big on-off switch, just flip that off, just
yeah.
shut him down for good. You know what I mean?
He just drops dead in his car while he's
Yeah.
driving down the highway with his
Yeah.
2 kids in the back.
Yeah.
Careens off a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
the on-off switch is the treasure that's in the middle of the palace.
Okay.
And when you steal the treasure, then all of their bad parts of their brain basically just get healed and they become a good guy.
Okay.
So sometimes, let's say I was a really bad dude and I
Yeah,
was,
let's pretend.
Yeah. And I was like hurting a bunch of students, but I have in my brain I've made like reasons why. Oh, I don't really have to take accountability for this, or it's not my fault. They were asking for it, or something like that. Once you steal the treasure, they have to be like, oh fuck, I have to own up to everything I did.
Oh.
So does he
shit.
go to jail at the end of that quest?
I didn't finish it,
Oh.
but you'll just die. Like some people will just die, like they'll kill themselves because they can't deal with.
They can't reconcile with the monster that they were.
Yeah, and there's a lot of psychology in the Persona series. And do you guys know the psychologist who coined the term persona?
Nope.
Freud.
Freud's student.
Kant's.
Young.
Young.
Oh,
Carl-
really?
Ayn Rand.
Carl Jung.
Carl Jung, yes.
Yeah, Carl Jung.
Carl Jung is one of...
Pavlov.
no, we're already there, dude.
Are we still guessing?
Yeah.
What's going? Are we still guessing them?
Yeah. Carl Jung, basically he coined the term persona. Most of this game's based off of his work.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is based off Freud's work. So technically, I was right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good.
The last boss of every level is your mom, and she's
Yeah.
so hot.
Yeah, Carl Jung deals with the conscious and the unconscious, but not like...
And the anime ghosts. Big part of German philosophy back in...
he does the anima and the animus, but not the anime.
Okay.
We'll get into that later.
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche?
Are we back to guessing? Sorry, you're using words that I don't
yeah.
understand.
What do you guys know about...
Sartre.
What do you know about Freud? What's his whole deal?
Fucks his mother.
Id, ego, and superego?
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Yep.
He had a cat,
Yep.
Sure.
an orange tabby.
I have an
know
orange
that.
tabby.
Um,
I'm less about the fucking mothers thing, though. That's weird.
no, you are. He said that.
It's in your
Everybody's
unconscious.
like that.
It's in your
Oh,
unconscious.
right.
It's in your dreams. You
Yeah.
go to Peter's Mind Palace, and it's all just fucking moms. Just MILFs, wall to wall.
Other people's moms, though, right?
Peter, whatever you want to
My
believe,
girlfriend's
buddy.
younger than me. I'm not really sure.
Whatever your conscious mind wants to believe,
All right.
you go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, you block that out with however you want.
So if you guys aren't super familiar with Freud, like you can picture his thoughts of like the id, the superego, and all that stuff. It's like an iceberg, and you only see the top of the iceberg or are conscious of the top of the iceberg, but there's all this inner workings that's going on below the surface. Jung is a lot like that.
It feels
Okay.
like a kind of like an easy way to get away with your dumb ideas. It's just like, yeah, okay, you act like I want to bang my mom,
Yeah.
and so does everyone else. But you just don't know it because it's part of your subconscious. But you totally do, just like I want to do that.
Yeah,
And you're
okay.
like, Freud, what are you talking about?
It's like how in my real life bedroom, there's like small amounts of garbage piled up all over the place, but in my mind palace bedroom, it's just like mountains of garbage. It's much bigger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
It's a
your,
garbage iceberg.
that's your goal. You want a bunch of garbage?
more
Oh,
garbage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tasteful garbage, excuse me, but
Tasteful garbage.
yeah, not just any garbage.
Ethan's dream is to become a hoarder, but he's just too neat.
Okay.
He
so
just doesn't need newspapers from
Yeah.
the 80s.
My mind palace is also very sticky.
oh,
Let
no.
you figure out why.
Just Orange Crush tipped over. Dried out in the sun.
We've got to set the stage with what personas are. They're like your true self, ideal form. Palaces or dungeons are
True
bad-
self ideal form, because I saw one that was just a flying goblin with a strap-on dick.
Yeah.
No, that was a shadow.
So my,
we're gonna
my
get
true
into
self final form is me with a bandolier of Orange Crush.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So the kids have personas. Not all the monsters you encounter are personas. They are shadows, and we're gonna
Okay.
get into what shadows are soon. But
Okay.
First, let's get
It's
into
like
his...
when light hits something, right, and doesn't go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
it's
that's
also
on the other
See,
side.
this one, I know. You thought you could pull all these psychology terms, like
Pull the shadow over my eyes. That's what people say.
It is a term that's a part of the unconscious that Jung coined as well.
okay.
But we'll get into that. First, I want to go into the history of Persona and where it comes from, because it didn't start as just a Persona game.
Okay.
It's tough to nail down exactly where it came from, but there is a very convoluted franchise called the Megami Tensei.
Oh,
Franchise?
I've heard of Megami Tensei, yeah.
Yeah.
Shin
And-
Megami Tensei.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that sounds familiar.
Shin Megami Tensei. It's a bunch of JRPGs come from this.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about it, so if I come off it as ignorant, just tell me why I'm educating me, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send it to
loreboyspodcast
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Yeah.
There we go. Haven't seen Ethan in a week, but nothing's changed.
So the first game it probably was inspired by was the Shin Megami Tensei if ... So if ellipses, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, are you just leaving us hanging here? Like,
Yeah.
No.
It's like all it says is if ... in brackets. Make sure to research this later. It's a weird name for a game. I don't know.
Yeah, JRPGs often have like fucking ridiculous names. I know that the Kingdom Hearts, one of them is called 348 Days Over 2.
Hell yeah.
It's like a fraction.
What? I don't understand that.
an
one.
easily divisible fraction.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts is complete nonsense.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that we need to do, but like the three of us need to work together in like a laboratory.
Persona kind of is like that. Like if you take any one of them, they kind of make sense like in a serial way, but if you start to put them all together, like I think Persona 4 was really popular, and so they made a fighting game from it.
Yeah.
They made a dance game from it.
Good.
They made they called them all Persona 4 but with like a different like
What's the
afterthing.
fighter called?
I don't have it on the top of my head.
Persona 4 Let's Dance.
I think that's the golden one
Yeah.
actually. It might
Persona 4 Golden, yeah.
Persona 4 versus Capcom.
This Mega Man's fighting a school kid.
Chris Redfield is beating the shit out of him. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I have played the fighter, and back when I used to work for GameStop,
Okay.
some of the assistant manager swag was I got the soundtrack for Persona 4 Golden on
Yeah.
on CD-ROM.
Wow,
which,
dude, they really know how to treat their employees, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
they sure do.
Yeah. No Christmas bonuses that year, but got a CD.
I got a Japanese CD I have literally never taken out of the package.
Yeah. So if ... was probably where it rooted from. It featured a bunch of school kids actually in its supernatural high school children, and
Is this the one where you shoot yourself in the head and your ghost comes out?
This was in 1996. I
Okay.
have not seen gameplay of it, and I didn't look it up because it's one of these many JRPGs. I'm sure it was turn-based combat from kids who also have a supernatural side.
Okay.
Cool, yeah.
yeah.
They spit ghosts.
Yep. And then in 1990,
They spit. That's their supernatural powers.
Oh, they spit
they
ghosts.
shoot themselves in the head and then spit a ghost at a monster.
Right.
yeah. So in 1996, Shin Megami Tensei Persona came out on PS1, and this is not the same Persona series that we know now. This is the Shin Megami one because Atlas was the one who made the actual Persona games that we know now today.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Publisher
which was
of Demon's Souls.
yeah,
Oh, really? Huh.
yeah.
So
And-
is Dark Souls in the Persona 5 universe?
Just Demon's Souls.
Just Demon Souls?
Yeah. Which is a possessive S. That's why that title is so fucking dumb.
Demons is souls?
Demon's
The
Souls.
souls of
Yeah.
demons?
There's 3 S's in a row.
Demon Souls is yeah, so in the Persona, the first game, Shin Megami Tensei Persona.
Jamie giving up like first
yeah.
10 minutes. Shigamami move.
Yeah.
Shagugaboo.
No, sorry guys.
Shibugamu.
I don't want to come off as ignorant. I have a hard time with some of the syllables.
Yeah.
But
Jamie, spelling episode. How do you spell Shin Megami?
ShinMegamitenSei.
Wow, what good spelling without any kind of prompt.
Nope.
No, I'm just right off the dome.
No, that one, yeah. Dome. D-O-M-E. Boom.
Yeah. Boom. Got it.
Another point for East. Throw it up on the board.
B-O-A-R-D.
No, I meant board as in board. Oh, sorry, Peter. That one's
B-O-R-E-D?
Yeah.
Dan, can I have a half point for that?
No.
Fuck
sorry.
you, coach.
It's all or nothing, baby.
So Persona, the Shin Megami one, it featured a bunch of kids who summoned personas. It's kind of I saw it compared as to how you would summon Bloody Mary. You know, you look in the mirror and you say like
You mix 3 drinks in the washroom or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Eram, elubed.
Yeah, and then this ghost is supposed to show up, but you do that with a bunch of friends, and you can summon your own ghosts, which are like super versions of yourselves, and then it's turn-based combat, typical JRPG.
Oh, okay. So, weirdly enough, I think... So that very popular anime that we've been consulting some people about, maybe we'll do an episode one day, is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Uh-huh.
That is from a genre called the proxy fighter, which is Pokemon and Digimon are also proxy fighters because you've got a thing that fights for you.
You're
so
not
this
fight
sounds
boy.
very similar. This is
Yeah.
it's a proxy fighter where you have a ghost that represents...
It's a proxy fighter that's an extension of yourself.
Yeah, so you have a stand, basically, which would
Yeah.
be the same as JoJo. I've seen 5 episodes.
I don't know. If your ghost died, do you die? I don't know.
Don't know. I haven't seen enough JoJo.
Yeah.
Never seen anyone die.
The next game that came out later was Persona 2, Innocent Sin, and this is the first one made by Atlas.
Okay, so it goes Shin Megami Tensei Persona, then
Yeah.
Persona 2.
Well, Shin Megami If... ... which
Right.
led to Persona,
Right.
which led to Atlas making Persona 2, and Persona 2 being the first game in the Atlas series, which is the Persona spin-off, which becomes the main Persona game because it becomes more popular.
Good God. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Did
follow.
that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel so bad for fans of Japanese games.
Atlas
Yeah.
should have released a game called then ...
Yeah.
If
If,
Persona
or
1,
if
then-
and or but. In that order.
Yeah. I want to get the Japanese game, but...
Shin Megami Tensei
Mom,
but.
Mom, can I have this game called Butt? My mom would never buy me that game.
Rated T for butts.
My mom didn't even let me have a butt until I was 18. It's a rough life. Now I don't know how to use the dang thing.
Pooping everywhere.
I'm always taking it out in social situations when it's not appropriate.
Farting in elevators like it's my job.
Persona 1 didn't have any social interactions, so you could fart in an elevator and it would have no problem to your character.
So it was just a ghost fighter?
It was just a ghost fighter. Persona 2 introduced the rumor system, which is you could spread rumors about classmates or participate in rumors to change the direction of the story.
Would those act as debuffs on their personas?
I do not know. Like I said, I don't know very much about Persona 1, 2, 3, and 4. I only have experience with 5.
Okay.
But possibly. I think
say
it was,
yeah.
I think it was more to...
Shame debuff.
We'll say even if not in the game mechanics, in the lore, it did.
Okay,
Yeah,
Lore Boys
yeah.
canon.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think what... like, it was probably more like you could just choose who you fought with kind of thing. Like, oh, well, like, I heard that Peter's a really good fighter, and then you get, like, really popular, and you're like, yeah, well, I told everyone that. And then you're like, oh, cool, I owe you, dude, so let's go fight some ghosts or something.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know exactly, but you could spread rumors, and it was adding the social to the fighter,
Yeah.
which it planted the seed for what Persona came later.
Okay.
Yeah. Persona 2, Innocent Sin, also, the bad guy was Hitler.
Like, for real?
Well, he is a bad guy.
Ghost Hitler was the bad guy, and they called him Hitler in the game. Later, it was rebranded as the Führer,
Okay.
because Japanese laws don't let you put real people into games.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, Hitler's people would have been...
Has nothing
Yeah,
to
that's
do,
it.
Has nothing to do with the war. But
Yeah.
Hitler's estate would have been very upset with us.
Yeah. Get mine agent on the phone.
Yeah.
Get all these weird phone calls from Argentina.
Yeah.
This game, if you went back and played it now, it wouldn't hold up very well in terms of, like, socially, like, some of the things they say.
And political correctness.
Little correctness. There's one puzzle where to open the door, you have to say, roses are red, violets are blue, my face is white, so I am true.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No,
they recently-
no,
they fixed that.
Weird thing for Japan to do.
They fixed that. Yeah, they recently fixed that. But I guess it tied into
The Hitler thing?
the Hitler thing. I don't know, but that was in there.
Yeah, that's probably like if it's Hitler's door,
Oh, yeah.
that's probably the lock, the
Yeah.
limerick that he would put.
Good
to
enough
lock his
for
door.
me.
Yeah.
That's my favorite short story, by the way.
Hitler's door?
Hitler's door. Yeah. I was but a young boy at the time visiting Switzerland when I met him, Terence.
Like cute little cartoon Hitler. So,
Cute little anime Hitler
was
with
he
big starry eyes for the
Chibi
cute boy
Hitler,
terrorists.
so was he dead and his ghost was possessing someone, or
He's the bad guy. It's probably Hitler in the ideal of Hitler as the enemy, but there might not been a corporeal body or something.
Like in Persona 2, they beat racism.
Yeah, we'll say that. It was the concept.
I think it may be the psychology thing, because I know that Hitler liked Jungian psychology.
Okay. Yeah, it's fair.
So maybe they were just like, oh no, this is fine, we'll just flip it
Yep.
and make a video game with cartoon
Yeah.
kids.
The thing that he loved most will be what destroyed him.
Yes.
Yeah. So Persona 2
Ghosts.
Innocent
Yeah, ghosts and psychology. Ooh.
Persona 2 Innocent Sins. What comes after Persona 2?
Persona 3.
No, Persona 2 again.
Excuse me.
Persona 2. Wait, what was the name of it?
Is
I
this
have it here.
expansion?
Persona 2, Sinful Innocence.
Oh, Persona 2 Eternal Punishment.
Okay.
And it takes place like 6 months later with the same main character. And you just keep going.
Is it okay, so it's basically
Just like we weren't actually done making a game yet. Slams a pile of papers onto your fucking desk. Going,
Hitler was the mini boss.
Yeah.
So is it another famous evil person who's the bad guy?
Didn't
It's
follow
Mao.
up on it.
Yeah.
I didn't follow up
Yeah.
on it. It might be Hitler again or something because he's a ghost Hitler. How do you kill that which does not live?
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly didn't
you
put too
put
much
him in a
stock
bunker
the
with some
story.
cyanide pills, I guess. I don't know.
I also didn't look up the stories because I didn't want to spoil anything for anyone. If anyone wants to go back and play the Persona games, apparently they're really good. Persona 4 is apparently fantastic.
Did this not come out 20 years ago?
Yeah, it did.
For
Okay,
very
well,
good
if you're going to
things.
start now,
I also didn't want to go through to make one episode go through about like 600 hours of gameplay story.
Wow.
fair.
Talk
Yeah.
about a lack of commitment to the show,
Yeah.
honestly. Ooh,
Really what I wanted to focus on is what a Persona is, and that way you can pick up Persona 5 and just get it instead of like having to try and figure things out.
you can listen to this, then you can play P5. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah. And you'll know the history. You'll know the trajectory up to there. You know that Hitler's already dead by the time you pick up
Thank God.
Persona
Because if
5.
I don't see a calendar in a game, I'm always suspicious Hitler's lurking around.
Yeah.
the corner.
Hitler, you've been alive this whole time.
Castlevania.
Bikes
Like,
away.
I have been alive as eine ghost.
Hitler's ghost is in most video games.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't see him.
You just don't. Yeah, you never recognize him. It's a fun little Easter egg.
Hitler's ghost. This time it's Persona.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that's not a one burnt out pixel on your screen. That's actually his mustache.
It's
that you can
Hitler's
see.
ghost.
2006, so much later, like 10 years later, Atlas released Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3. So they still have Shin Megami Tensei's name on it. At this point.
You didn't find a translation for what the fuck that means, eh?
I thought it was a person, no? Shin Megami Tensei?
I'm not hosting the episode, Jambo.
No, I'm not sure.
I thought it was a type of locomotive.
it could be.
Maybe.
I thought this was Train Persona. Isn't this where Thomas the Tank Engine comes from?
Yeah.
The Persona
No,
series.
he's in Skyrim.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's Alduin is a Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yes.
Thomas the Tank Engine being the breed
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
locomotive. Similar to a Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
Yes. On your locomotive farm.
Yeah.
You breed a
Yeah.
Thomas.
So we're a factual-based podcast.
I didn't play Persona 3, so I got Polygon to sum up the game for me.
Okay.
They summed up as Persona 3 starred a group of high school students charged with defeating powerful enemies called Shadows every full moon. And the game was heavy on the social simulation side, and players spent their time outside of dungeons bonding with classmates and building different personal skills. So this is the
Thank you,
beginning-
Polygon. Very
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, this
the
is
the ultimate fantasy for a gamer, is socializing.
yeah.
This is why I hate video games. They appeal to the male fantasy. It's
Friends.
like friends.
I wrote a blog post about this.
This is something that I'm wondering though. Is it because a lot of the people who play these games don't have a lot of social activity outside, so they get their fill here? Because I find that's when I'm the most bored, is doing some of the social stuff, because I feel fulfilled with my social stuff in real life, and I just
Wow,
want to fight
fucking brag
people.
much, James?
People game for different reasons, man. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm starting to like it more now that only like 12 hours into the game too.
Well,
so.
think about it. Balances out. The more you play Persona, the more your real relationships will suffer. The more your fake relationships will benefit.
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
how they get you.
You have to choose.
That's the meta of Persona. Is ignoring your family.
Yeah, do you want to choose? Like, you got to choose. Do you want to pick your real friends, or do you want to pick the people you know from like work and school and stuff?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. It's interesting. For sure, like, it's a cool thing that you don't have enough time to be friends with everyone. It kind of stresses me out a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, well, just like real life.
I could see you not coping well with that.
No, I really like to collect them all kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's not an
You
option.
just can't.
No.
Well, maybe if you just did it better though.
You can do it, but you got to do New Game Plus, and you pretty much have to route it perfectly.
Okay.
So I'm not about to follow 200 hours of gameplay with a guide just so I can
You could
feel
though.
satisfied.
Then you could catch them all.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any waifus, or is it just friends?
Yes. I think you can. I think in Persona 4, like you have, without any spoilers, you kind of have like a low-key friend that becomes a low-key love interest, and then. But this is someone at work told me this. I haven't played it.
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
low key fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
This
That's the
one's-
only way I fuck.
Yeah, this is the
Low-key.
butt persona.
What?
This is the butt persona.
The one that you were denied throughout your childhood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For this reason.
That's
Low-key
that's the
fucking.
closest you can become to someone is when you wear them as a mask.
Oh yeah. That one's for you, ladies.
Persona 4
Jamie likes to satisfy.
Yeah.
is set in a town over the course of a year.
Is this one? This is the fourth.
Fourth. This is the good one. This is like the one that if you're gonna like hop in anywhere, do it on 4 or 5. 4 is really good because it's on PSP. So these games lend really well to mobile because you're traveling a lot in your real day-to-day life, and if you're gonna get through
Oh, yeah.
100-hour gameplay, it's easier to do whenever you do it in your free
Yeah,
time.
you really don't want to like lose valuable gaming time just because you're like,
Trying to play Persona.
on the bus. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
And it lends well too because you make these like connections with characters, and rather than play through a game super quick, you kind of like slow build over the course of months with these characters, and you actually start to feel like connected to them. In Persona 4, I'm not going to ruin the ending, but there's a reason you have to say goodbye to your friends at some point. And I've heard of multiple people like just in tears
Oh, yeah.
because you get so connected to these friendos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Persona 4, it was one of the most popular ones. The reason why we have a good Persona 5 is because Persona 4 was so well received.
was so successful.
Yeah. So Persona 5, this is one that I know about a little bit at least.
How since you've got not Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
I haven't seen you play it, but
No, I've been rotating between a bunch of games. Even still Skyrim. Like, I don't know why I'm stuck on that, but
Because everyone is.
yeah, I'll reinstall it every once in a while.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it's very good. The art style is beautiful. The music is very, very good. I find myself listening to it at work. Persona 5, it's a very good game.
The style is good. I watched you play it for like a half hour, maybe 45 minutes
Yeah.
last week. It's awesome. I
yeah.
had never seen it in person. I didn't even know that the song that we hear in a lot of the fucking Garbo meme compilations that we watch after recording podcasts
Oh, it's from there?
is from Persona. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. I'll show you guys after. And look it up. Look up the OST at home. There's like this cool like rock version.
Or get a
too.
job at GameStop. Maybe they just give it to you.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, they give you the fourth one.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so in Persona 5, without spoiling anything, you start off as a character who plays as the Joker as his
He's in
persona.
Smash.
He's in Smash.
Yeah, he's in Smash. Probably means that Persona 5 is coming to Switch in 2019, but we'll see.
Just bring everything to the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to.
They could
not?
make it on Switch.
It's portable.
I downloaded Persona 5 to start the game. It was like a 3 or 4 gig download, which is
Really? That's
That's
it?
very small.
it's probably completed downloading in the background.
Yeah.
But I didn't hit a hitch. I downloaded it right away, started
Nice.
playing. So like it was almost an instant thing. That makes me think that it'd be easy to bring it to Switch. Right?
Maybe you'd
Yeah,
like to
yeah.
learn something id Software and
Yeah.
reinstalling Doom, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
65 gigs.
Yeah.
I really wish, just a quick tangent here,
Yeah, yeah.
I really wish you could install the Doom single player separately from the multiplayer, which is dead,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that no one ever really played.
I've never played it.
I played it for a
I've
couple
been Doom
hours.
a lot, but
I left a friend here and I said, "Here, play Doom while I go to the grocery store." And they started playing the multiplayer. And I got back and they're like, "This game isn't very good." I'm like, "Oh, because you're playing the wrong part of it."
yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is your problem?
Yeah.
I thought I could trust you.
Yeah.
Why don't you just burn my house down next time? Jesus.
You got to tell me if you're an idiot, eh?
Yeah.
It's the ultimate test to see if your friends are morons. Like,
Yeah. Leave them with Doom.
leave
at
them with a
home.
copy of Doom on the screen. It just says like single player, multiplayer. They're like flicking back and forth.
Even
multiplayer.
I
like Call of Duty.
Even Spyro fucked me over with like the load time. It's like 10 gig before you can start playing, and then you can only do like the first few levels, and then it's like a 60 or 70 gig download in the background.
That is
Dude, what the
nuts.
fuck?
Yeah,
I have unlimited
It was
internet
fucking
now for the
10
first time in my
megabytes when they
life.
first fucking made
Yeah.
it. Like,
granted, it's very pretty to look at now, but I feel like they should at least just let you download the first game because that's going to take you forever to get through. I don't want to be waiting on Year of the Dragon when I can't get past the first world.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. But anyways, Persona 5.
File size too big.
Yeah, Joker coming to Nintendo Switch, Smash Bros, all that stuff.
I mean, it's out now. I think it came out
It
today at time of recording or
No.
yesterday or something.
No, 2 days ago.
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah, so Persona 5, the Joker is your main character. He's the Joker from the tarot card, which is his archetype,
Okay.
Okay.
which we'll get into later. But he just basically, the Joker is the guy who can take on all personas. He's the 0 on the tarot card. He's not like aligned to anything, so he can take on all personas. He can catch all the
He's a free space in bingo.
personal Pokemon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He is. He's the center guy, yeah.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
analogy? Bingo.
Yeah. Except if the center space could use any other spaces around it by talking to them.
Also that. Which
Yeah.
can happen in bingo. Have you ever played bingo, James?
Have you ever played bingo chess? It's a lot
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And 34. What is your personality type?
Yeah.
We should play some Scrabble ship at some point.
Yeah.
They're out there.
So Joker, he's out on a walk. He sees some like shady shit going on. He steps in and stops an injustice. But he stops it and he pisses off the wrong guy. He's a rich dude. Rich dude sues him, even though Joker was in the right. Joker gets sent out by his parents to go live on his own
Oh no.
and starts at a new school. And then he starts to realize he has a persona by like being awakened in like he got angry basically and he pops. Kind of like in Magic the Gathering where you don't know
Like
you're
the Planeswalker spark.
yeah, you don't
Right.
He gets
yeah,
his
you-
spark and then...
Yeah.
know yeah. You don't know you have superpowers until like a life event.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get bullied. Sometimes you burn down an entire village.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
two things. I mean, that's a balanced scale right
Yeah,
there.
well,
Yeah.
sometimes people come into your village, kill everyone you know, and burn it down.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Because they suspect
and then
you
are
have
about to execute you, a child, and then you have your Planeswalker spark.
Yeah.
too.
That was Chandra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go listen to our Magic Together.
In the
podcast.
game, like all these friends you make, they don't really know they have personas, but you will drag them in, and then a story point will happen because they all have. different
Okay, and
motivations
then
and stuff.
you burn down their village and
Yeah.
kill everyone they know, and are set to execute
You
them.
unlocked your ghost powers. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome to the club.
Yeah. And the way that you get into these like ghost worlds is you have an app that mysteriously like shows up on your phone and you can't delete it. And like as you're going to sleep, it'll like
It's that
flash.
U2 album that everybody got on their iPhones.
Yeah. As you're going to sleep.
Bono starts playing. You're like,
That's
not
it.
now.
I'm at a place
We're
called
going
Vertigo.
That's it. And
So is your persona Bono? Or you take off his purple glasses?
Yeah.
And
No,
he's-
it's when he puts on the glasses.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
the edge comes out. He's his persona.
Joker's just like Bono's face without the glasses, and then he just like puts on the glasses. All of a sudden, in persona mode.
yeah. So
There's
that's
your art.
psychology wise, that is what a persona is. It's wearing a mask.
Okay.
But you activate your persona in this game by ripping off the mask and showing your true self. So
Okay.
there's a little bit of a flip there. But all of the characters too, like you get like this girl on your team and she gets basically backed into this situation and she just like rips off this mask. There's like blood around her eyes and then she unleashes her persona. It's very epic and very
Yeah.
cool.
That was that the girl that you were playing with where she has
It's
like
a girl. I don't want to say anything more.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a girl because I want people. There's lots of girls, lots of boys, and I don't want to ruin anything.
A lot of waifus, a lot of husbandos.
Yeah, exactly.
It was,
Yeah.
it was
Bandit?
Molly Ringworm.
Mall.
Yeah. Ringworm.
Yikes.
Molly Ringwald.
Yeah. So
Wow, what did I say?
the next,
Are you pulling a psychology trick on me again?
so you guys ready to get like more abstract than we already are? You ready?
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, weird old German philosophy is probably less nonsensical than Japanese teen fiction.
Yeah.
This really feels like a leading question. It feels like I couldn't say no if I wanted
Yeah.
to.
Well, you can say no.
Nope. Let's just end the podcast here.
Yeah.
James.
Exactly.
Is this a psychology trick?
Yeah.
My brain hurts.
One of the cars in the fourth game on the license plate, it has longitude and latitude.
Okay.
That corresponds to Carl Jung's home, actually, where he grew
Oh.
up. And that was their little call out to him. But if it wasn't already obvious, he had a huge influence on this game.
Mm-hmm.
So he,
I put a little hint like that in last week's art for Jurassic Park. The numbers on the barrel that the pterodactyl terrorist is filling up with fertilizer.
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
it's a phone sex line.
It's the zip code for the Oklahoma City building that they blew up.
Oh, really?
Oh,
That is nice
in
stuff.
Fortnite, the new shotgun that recently came out has a Jurassic Park call-out on it. It says "clever girl," but without the vowels, and then
Oh,
has
nice.
a number, which is the date that Jurassic Park came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a spaz? Is it the gun that the Australian guy has when he dies?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It is. It is weird that when I dialed that number, it took me to a phone sex line, though.
Suppose so. Yeah.
That's
Anyway, we just hide stuff everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
They did. The girl did say she was an Oklahoma City bombshell. So
Oh,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe it was like
There
a
we go.
themed thing. I don't
Very
know.
inappropriate sex line.
They're all inappropriate, Peter.
Yeah.
Are they?
Everybody who calls them is going to the sin place.
Oh, hell.
Heck.
Stop! Don't.
I'm sorry.
guys.
Sorry.
Stop
sorry.
it.
Christian
Stop
podcast.
it. Stop it.
If you say it too many times, you'll go there.
Yeah. You say it backwards in front of a mirror at night. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the sin place takes off its mask and.
So who coined the term persona? Like I told you
Carl
already.
Jung.
Carl Jung.
You guys got it.
Oh
Carl
man,
Jung.
I'm so good at this game.
Yeah.
Do you know when he lived? This is harder.
1900s.
No, I think did he die in the 30s?
Died in the 60s.
What?
Yeah, 1980 or 1875 to 1961.
I know just because I had heard that Hitler was fond of his work, I figured that he was dead before Hitler was
Yeah.
Hitler.
Young had like gotten a lot of his work out by the time Hitler was around.
Was he
It's
German?
abstract. No one will ever use this for evil.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
So he made the term persona when describing the process of individuation,
Okay.
which we'll get into a little bit. But Jung was a student of Freud, like we talked about. He was one of the first people to branch off from Freudian psychology that made it kind of unique. But
Okay.
he used Freud as a base, but had his own angle on it, kind
Yeah,
of thing.
right.
Yeah.
Freud is the trunk. He's a branch
Yes, exactly.
with leaves. And maybe a hungry little caterpillar munching on one of those leaves.
A couple apples.
Yeah. There's a nice little psychology for you.
There's a nice little One of so Jung was a big fan of unconscious and conscious, like the balance
There's
between
another
the two
one
of
I
those.
knew.
When I'm asleep, I'm probably a fighting ghost.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right,
Yeah, that's
sure,
it.
man.
Hell yeah. I might seem like a nerd in real life, but when I go to sleep, I'm a fighting ghost, baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
punch your bad thoughts out of your
I'm a
brain.
goblin with a strap-on dick.
Yeah.
That's the Incubus.
That is the Incubus,
But we
yeah.
were in a pervert's mind, so
I
it makes
love-
sense that his shadows,
love that band.
his shadows would be the perversions, because
The only one that made any sense out of the four that I saw were little devil with strap-on dick. Then there was seaweed horse, like water banshee, and the goblin in that jar.
yeah,
And mine, sticky trash man.
which are all shadows, and shadow is a Jungian term. And
Oh, really?
Yes. The reason they are monsters, shadows are like a repressed thing that you have, and I kind of want to get into the term individuation because that's what shadows kind of
Okay, I
rely
guess
on.
we'll let you just host this thing.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Whatever. Thought Peter was doing a pretty good job.
So Jungian psychology is based around something called archetypes.
Okay.
And these are things that are structures.
Jock,
You got
nerd.
yeah, it's the
Hot
Breakfast
girls.
Club.
Yeah.
Molly Ringwald.
These are
Yes, it is.
Okay.
There we go.
these are a lot of small things that kind of make larger structures. So
Okay.
you know the idea of a school has a jock, a nerd, a Molly ringworm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. But like, yeah.
Chess club.
Okay, wait. Has Jamie seen The Breakfast Club?
I wanted to do the whistling part, but I forgot it.
I haven't seen all the movie.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, well, I won't do this whole thing. But I have seen the
Is that
ringworm.
not The Great Escape?
I've seen
I
the
think so, yeah.
ringworm.
I've seen. Yeah, you
I've
down
had
with the
ringworm, no big deal.
Yeah, I've had ringworm before.
The ringworm and had to sit in detention for a whole Saturday.
Yeah. you know how many puddles I played in as a kid? So many.
Drink a lot of dirty water.
Yeah. So much puddle water.
So archetypes are things that you will see in a lot of like modern literature or art that it speaks to a larger collective unconscious.
Yeah, strong boy. Well, I mean, a lot of video games have that trope, like Mario Rescue Princess.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's-
Yeah. So you have hero, and then you have princess.
And this is something that seems to show up throughout all of humanity, whether people are talking to each other or not. Like if you found a secluded civilization, they would have a lot of these same archetypes because it's part of
Sentinelese or whatever.
You know it's illegal to go to that island? Not because the Sentinelese will murder you, but because if you touch them, you might get them all sick and they'll all die.
Yeah, you might kill all them.
Yeah, it's to
more
protect
likely.
them from germs.
Yeah,
Yeah, makes sense.
does make
Hell
sense.
yeah, it makes sense. They've
Germs
been there
are
for
not-
50,000 years.
Germs are not part of the collective unconscious.
Are there
guess not.
germs? Are there germs in your brain?
Yes, those are bad dreams.
Bad dreams are just made of germs. That's why I drink hand sanitizer.
That's a good question though, because I've taken a lot of courses and I don't think we've ever talked about germs in the brain, but there must be something like that, right? There's little wormy things that'll go around and make sure there's enough minerals in each part of your brain. But are those germs?
Those are wormy things.
Yeah.
Guys, can I be honest? I don't know what a germ is. Is it a bacteria? Is it a virus? Is it like an umbrella term for bacteria?
I was gonna
phages
say,
and viruses.
No pun intended. Catch-all term.
Oh, I get it. Because you catch the
Oh,
germs.
because you catch the germs.
Oh, he caught him. He caught all those terms. He did.
Got 'em.
Jeez.
Now spell bacteriophage.
Oh, man.
No, I forfeit. Let's just talk about anime.
ANIME.
Yeah.
Oh, boom! Another one for me. Peter fucked up on bacteriophage.
So archetypes in an MMO, you got your DPS, your tank, your healer. The idea of healer exists outside of an MMO. Like there's a doctor. There's all these things.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, okay, wait a second.
You got your JRPGs. You got your
White mage, black mage, warrior,
You got
fighter,
your Western
monk.
RPGs.
Yeah.
You got your tabletop RPGs. You got your open world RPGs.
You're really open-minded, my man. Yeah. So individuation. What is individuation? Jung describes it as follows. Individuation means becoming a single, homogeneous being, and so far as individuality embraces our innermost, last, and incomparable uniqueness.
Uniqueness. That's what I was going to say. You asked the question, you didn't let me answer. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to say.
And it also implies becoming one's own self. We could therefore translate individuation as coming to selfhood or self-actualization.
Self-actualization. is a
So
term I've
whenever
heard before.
someone's persona comes out, they're kind of like self-actualizing. They're becoming closer to their inner self. They're being true to themselves.
Starting
Yeah.
to wake up early,
I'm-
get shit done.
I'm free to be me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Prozac song. They sang about Carl Jung a lot.
No, they're not.
Prozac, yeah.
I had the Saturday People album. They never talked about
Look it up, dude.
what?
Be as black as you want to be. Be
Oh,
as white as you want to be.
I do know that song.
Come on, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what I'm telling you, dude. They have another
No.
song about Sigmund Freud and his cocaine and cats.
Those are my favorite artists that are not real people and only cartoons.
Oh, more than the gorillas, dude?
I just thought about the Gorillas. No.
Oh, God. I just thought about the gorillas as I said that.
What about Hatsune Miku?
Who's that?
Yeah, she's an anime hologram, also a pop star.
Oh, I think I might have seen her videos.
Peter, you had me at anime hologram. I need to go now, guys. I need to find this... Wait, not person? This persona?
No.
Oh,
Huh? What? Huh?
yeah. So individuation.
Did I crack the code? Did I figure it all out?
To be
We're all just holograms. I get it now.
so Ethan's not completely individualized because he's too obsessed with anime holograms.
With Hatsune Miku.
This becomes, if one part of individuation becomes too big of a part of your personality, that creates an imbalance and leads to maybe neurosis.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Neuro-
it's all about
I think I had that once. They just gave me a couple pills to get rid of it.
Individuation, it's all about balance.
Okay.
And there's a bunch, there's 4 different parts that you're kind of balancing, or you're balancing your persona, your shadow, the anima animus, in order to
The
create...
anima animus?
Yes.
Anima.
gross.
Animus.
Anima slash
They
animus.
shove an animus up where?
One of them is male, one of them is female.
Okay.
Anima is male, animus is female. This was
It's
back...
soul and body, I thought.
It could be.
I know this from a Protest the Hero song.
Yeah, it's a duo. Anima, animus.
Yeah.
It's
Palms Red? or
no.
Limb from Limb?
It's the one before. It's the 4th song. But anyways.
It's not. I can't remember it either.
Yeah, it's been a while. Anyways, that's a good old fashioned Canadian metal band.
Yeah.
You're wearing a
Boys and girls.
Protest the Hero shirt right now.
Yeah, I'm wearing one right now. Yeah. So individuation
Is it
process.
Spoils? It's not
Spoils.
the
It
fourth song.
spoils.
Yeah.
It spoils. Anyways.
Sorry.
Canadian side.
so you're saying?
By the way, okay, Canadian fucking. I found this out today. This is such a quality Canadian meme. Go look up Monster by Mistake. It's of.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember that show.
But wait, that guy was before Thanos. He was Thanos. look at pictures
he
of
does.
Monster by mistake next to Thanos, and it's this shitty YTV Canadian thing, and we made so many memes at work of just like I could snap my fingers and everything is gone, and it's this stupid like CGI from the 90s.
I've seen this show before. It's
Nice.
fuck. Every time the kid sneezes, he turns into a monster.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds vaguely
And I'm just
familiar.
a kid like you. And a jewel. He found a jewel. He got cursed. He turned into a
Hate it when
monster
that
every
happens.
time he sneezes.
I'm a monster by
By
mistake.
mistake.
Yeah.
So would you say the monster is a mask, or that's him after he takes off the mask?
I think the monster is his persona
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
because it comes out. his
Which
true-
again is the mask.
There's
true
also a
actual life
ghost.
self.
There's a ghost in that show. His name's Johnny, and he plays trumpet in the attic.
Yeah.
I was so sure you were gonna say his name is Hitler.
No.
Like I was so sure. So that's where we were going again.
Yeah.
You remember the great character Hitler's Ghost on Monster by Mistake, the
Oh,
Canadian
YTV?
kids show? Yeah.
We were much less sensitive back then, you know.
Yeah.
People just let anything on
Warren-
TV.
Yeah, but Warren, why would you do that?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and he talked like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, fucking blast. And he had his like friend who was a girl,
Yeah.
platonic girl, '90s friend.
Hell yeah, dude. Did she
So-
have like cool hair? Did she
Yeah,
rollerblade?
It was his sister, I thought, but maybe not.
Hey, your
Anyway,
sister could be your friend, Jamie.
This is so fucking specific.
Anybody out there who has a sister, give her a call. She probably wants to hear from you.
Yeah. Sisters are friends.
Mine cut my hair a couple days ago.
There you go.
Conscious realm is dominated by the ego and things you notice. The unconscious is a bunch of different stuff. And this is how you can split your mind up. Conscious realm, unconscious realm. Unconscious realm is filled of personal unconscious and collective unconscious. So personal unconscious might be I put a fork in an outlet whenever I was 4 years old. I got zapped real good. But now whenever I go eat macaroni, I only use a spoon, but I don't think about it.
Yeah,
But-
and it tastes a bit like iron.
Yeah, exactly. But collective unconscious is something like I don't fuck with a snake because we've all. Fucked
I've
with
never met a
snakes.
snake, but I know people like sharks. There's been like I think it's like less than 600 confirmed deaths by shark in the history of mankind.
But they're horrifying.
Yeah, But it's like nobody fucks with the ocean because there might be sharks in there.
Do you know?
There almost definitely is sharks in the ocean.
Real study. You flash photos in front of someone and you have them like rate their fear or something like that.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact metric, but what they do is they flash photos. If you flash a gun in front of someone, they'll mark it as like how afraid they are. If you flash a snake, they like people instantly react to it faster. You only have to flash it for like a fraction of
Oh,
a
yeah.
second because enough of us died to them that
Or like the history. It's like it's in our DNA a bit, right?
yeah, at that point, yeah. So it's just there. Like,
Snake, long, thin, bad.
yeah,
No legs. Why?
Yeah,
that's it.
long thing, bad pet.
Wiggle cucumber.
I've done that thing to my cat where you drop a cucumber behind her to see if they freak out, and mine doesn't give a flying fuck.
I feel like your cat is just slow at everything, though. She always
Yeah,
moves.
she doesn't care.
The cucumber was in her blind spot.
Yeah, or it's because her eyes point in different
Exactly. Yeah.
directions.
Yeah.
Like right in front of her nose, she can't see it.
Yeah. So the collective unconscious is made from instincts, archetypes that are common to humans, and different archetypes. They don't have to be something like a jock. They could be like if you make a micro archetype, they're like smaller thoughts and
Lightning
things like
pirate,
that.
like we see in Persona 5.
Yes, sure.
Like Poindexter.
Building
Did I
blocks
get
of
it?
personality, you could say.
Okay. He's strong boy who had bad upbringing, makes him mad all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not archetypes in the traditional sense. Like that's an archetype that we think of. Archetypes could be any thought that, or like idea that is boiled down that can be applied in a bunch of places. You know what I
Don't
mean?
get it.
No?
Nope. But
Okay.
we can move on.
Yeah, that's okay.
My archetype is dumb. Did I get it now?
It's very abstract. It's very abstract.
Okay,
it's just
yeah.
like if you were to think of the idea of a jock, now boil down what a jock is, like sports.
Guy named Chad.
Yeah, like
Letterman jacket.
alpha, like
Well, strong
strong.
and bad
strong.
upbringing.
Okay, now all of a sudden strong is an archetype on its own.
Okay.
Now what makes someone strong?
Muscle.
Muscle. So muscle's an archetype. You can just keep going micro until you have all these building blocks for what thoughts are.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what archetypes mean to you.
Okay.
And but they
So
do
snake is a poison archetype.
in the scope of Persona.
In Pokemon, I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
In the
Yeah.
scope of Persona, there are different types with weaknesses and strengths.
Okay.
And they do fall on these type of archetypes.
Yeah,
Also,
like
is there
lightning
like
and wind.
Is there like a weapon triangle in Persona? Like if you're the scaredy guy, you beat the Poindexter, but the Poindexter can.
No. It's straight up more like Pokemon, where there's like wind, rock, fire,
Okay.
water.
But maybe those are metaphors. Maybe those are real. Like maybe rock is a metaphor for bully
Or stable.
or stable.
Or
And wind is flighty.
Yeah, the fast jock.
or
Lightning
like some
jock.
flaky hippie.
Fire is
Yeah.
quick to anger.
Yeah.
Water
Twisted
is
fire starter.
flexible, adaptable.
Yeah, the rubber man. Every school has one.
Yeah, my hand You got your jocks, you got your nerds, you got your math nerds, you got your rubber man.
You got a whole bunch of football people like up against the locker talking shop and just like a straight rubber man.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh hey, rubber man.
Yeah.
Welcome back. So
Leading
you're going
it.
to chemistry.
I can't be electrocuted.
In the sticky trash palace, the rubber man is the final boss.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll get through this kind of quickly, I guess, but
Sorry, I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, no,
talking
yeah.
about the rubber man.
I just realized that I wrote a lot of just psychology jargon here, but it does relate back into it.
Maybe next week's episode when I'm hosting, it's just going to be made up history of the rubber man.
No, that's real.
Who
dude.
knows?
whatever.
Yeah.
Arguably, everything we talk about is made up history.
Exactly.
Everything in the unconscious seeks to be validated in the conscious. So if you have if you really, I just really like chocolate, but I don't want anyone to know about it, you might just start eating chocolate
In your dreams?
in your dreams, or you'll leave chocolate around. No, this is just
Or you wake
psychology.
up and there's chocolate in your pants. This has happened to me before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you're like 13, 14 and you just wake up and your pants are just wet and sticky with chocolate.
Yeah, that's pretty late in your life to do that. Sure.
Yeah. In real life, you might leave a chocolate wrapper somewhere on the top of the garbage where someone might see it, and be
Okay.
like, "Oh, like it's your unconscious. You didn't
It
really
was you.
think about it, but you kind of did."
Okay, yeah.
The first part of the unconscious mind is the shadow.
And these
And-
are the enemies in
Yes.
Persona.
Yes. So these are behaviors that you exhibit that either have a negative impact on you or the people around you,
Right.
and rather than change the behavior, you just push it to your unconscious.
Fuck goblins.
So, like, let's say every time, yeah,
Fuck Goblin and Rubber Man.
Yeah.
Bad
Rubber
guy-
Man. Seaweed horse.
bad guys are the manifestations. When you beat a shadow in the game, you talk it down, and it just leaves.
Right. That's true. There is a discussion option.
Yeah. So like, let's say my bad behavior is every time I meet a stranger, I lick my lips and flick my nips.
Right.
Okay.
You
And-
do, yeah.
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 And rather than deal with this, I'll just do it and ignore the fact that people are annoyed by this. But
You do, yeah.
if you personaed into my mind palace and killed that shadow, I would have to come to terms with it. I have to be like, oh, I do this, and look how uncomfortable the people are when I flick my nips and lick my lips.
I'm not uncomfortable when you do that, James.
Well, you're not, but there are people who are.
But Joker might be.
Yeah, what does it say? Well, yeah, Lightning Joker and Cock Goblin
Yeah.
are really weirded out by it.
Yeah, so that's what shadows are. They're the parts of my, and when you defeat a shadow, you're bringing it from the unconscious to the conscious.
So you have to confront.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have to
Oh,
confront
okay.
your strap-on goblin.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're like, hey,
When-
you can't
your
squat
perversion.
here anymore.
Yeah.
And then
okay.
when he leaves,
Your perviness.
the cops are there.
Yeah.
The conscious cops
Yeah.
are there to be like,
And IRL psychology, that's one of the hardest things to do, is to confront your unconscious. So most people, they say to use dream journals in Carl Jung. Your way of saving in the game is a journal. The way to attack these shadows is in your dreams.
okay,
This is
Right,
all
okay.
this is all Jungian stuff.
yeah, I do this all
Next,
the time.
yeah, next on Jung's list is the anima animus, and these are this. So your persona. I guess I didn't even talk about persona. I skipped over persona. Persona is the mask that you wear in social situations.
Yeah,
Oh
Uh,
yeah, because you're a cool guy, but actually, you're the jock. But what you really like to do is paint. You
Yes.
know, fields full of daffodils or some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when I'm at work, I wear I'm the team lead face, and when I'm at doing a podcast, I'm wearing I'm a podcaster face. But really, maybe what my unconscious wants to do is turn off all the lights and play Stardew Valley. You
Right.
know?
Yeah. Which you're actually is just a virtual farmer.
Yeah,
exactly,
exactly.
yeah.
I got 30K invested in melons, boys.
Yeah,
It's-
My melon's popping in like 2-3 days. Yeah.
crack me some husks, baby.
Yeah. So that's the opposite. In Persona in the game, you take off the mask to unleash your persona. In real life, persona are the mask you wear. And it's what protects your ego from the outside world.
Okay,
Your animus protects your ego from your unconscious. So
Okay,
if
so
you
your ego is this little this fragile little core. It's a little naked version of you and in a little eggshell.
I don't got a soft ego. I got a strong ego, dude.
There we go.
What are you talking about?
There we go.
Now, he's wearing the mask of Buff podcast.
Yeah.
You're not doing that psychology again on me, are you, nerd? I'll give you another swirly.
And that's an example of an imbalance where you put too much faith into your persona or your mask, and that can cause neurosis or imbalance.
I'm not putting too much faith. I totally could give you a swirly if I wanted to.
Nerd.
You're lucky the rubber man's here to save you.
He doesn't say much. Just stands off in that corner.
So animus shows up in dreams, usually as the opposite sex.
Hell
And
yeah.
if you follow your animus, it can basically give you more insight into yourself than pretty much anything.
So usually the opposite sex, that's a Jungian thing, not a persona thing.
Yeah, Jungian thing. Jungian thing.
That's weird.
Yeah, and it's
Is it inherently sexual? Like in gay people, does it show up like as a guy?
I would imagine so, since he's like Freud's pupil. That
But Freud was a lot about parents, right?
Yeah.
parents, but also but like sex being the main driver. Like Freud,
Why you love your parents is because you want to fuck them. Right.
Well, no, it's not only parents though. It's like just
Other
fucking in
people's
general.
parents.
Like
Okay.
sex is the biggest motivator. If you're going to have something off about you, it's because you put too much faith in your sex wires in the wrong place. Like every time
Okay.
I see,
Spec too hard to sex, but
yeah.
Yeah.
or like I as a kid, I used to masturbate while playing the guitar. So now every time I see a guitar, I go mental or something. Or
Okay.
I need to whistle.
That's
all
where
the time.
foot fetishes come from.
It's where your sexual wires get crossed is usually where neurosis comes from
Okay,
in
yeah.
terms of Freud. So it makes sense that Jung, who is a student of Freud, would put a lot of faith into the opposite sex being a way to lead in and out of neurosis.
Okay.
Um,
You ride the sex wires highway into your subconscious.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And that's one of the best ways to find the unconscious, because the goal of individuation is bringing all your flaws from your unconscious to the conscious, so you can change them basically.
that's what the boss fight at the end of a Persona dungeon is, right?
Is-
You defeat the shadow.
Yeah.
Then that person has to confront the bad things they've done.
Exactly.
Like the pervert gym teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
And like the
indi-
guy who abuses all the toads and,
Yeah.
you know.
That's what individuation is.
Bowser.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bowser.
when you defeat Bowser's shadow,
Yeah.
he releases all of the toads.
So, Jung kind of got into tarot cards and stuff as
Okay.
archetypes, and he gets a little wonky here, but I'm going to say the broad strokes is like, tarot cards have spoken to people for like hundreds of years now,
Uh-huh.
and there's something to the archetypes, and the fact that people can read into their future with just, I have the number of cards, 21, 22 simple cards, it means that there must be something to speak for when it comes to archetype.
It's kind
To
of
go
like
back to
astrology, how
Yeah.
like a lot of people can read their signs
Their sign,
every week,
yeah.
and you know, millions of people can read that same prediction, and everybody gets something out of it.
Yeah.
Back to the prior proxy fighter thing, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure also has a bunch of tarot card shit in it.
There we go.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And if you Persona 5 directly uses all of the tarot cards as the archetypes for the people.
Joker, King, Death, Upside Down
Yeah,
Guy,
I have all of them.
the Happy Squirrel.
Do you want me to
Yeah.
read them or no?
Yeah, do it.
There's like 22. So the Fool, the Magician, the High. I have descriptions of any of them. If you want descriptions, I can dig in.
Okay.
The Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers.
What's
the
a
Chariot.
Hierophant?
The Hierophant is institutions, traditions, society, and its rules.
Okay, cool.
That'd be like a pope, isn't it? Something like that.
I was more
Yeah,
asking
maybe.
what an actual Hierophant was.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but in the
I
terms
thought-
of tarot
are
cards,
they the giant elephants from the Lord of the Rings?
That's an Aldi
Tune in 2 weeks to find out.
I think it's an elephant pyramid.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, Hierophant.
Yeah. It's like a math problem.
Yeah.
It's like if you have
How many elephants can you take off from the bottom before the weight of the top elephant?
yeah,
Topples
if
it
you have
over.
64 elements,
Elements?
if you have 64 elephants, how high of a pyramid can you create?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit.
Just
Wheel-
strength?
Yeah, Strength.
See,
Courage.
I was right about strong being an archetype.
Yeah.
Jamie tried to tell me I was wrong.
Yeah.
You see?
There you go.
See? Yeah.
Once you get the tarot card section.
Oh, I was speaking for Jung there, as I always do.
Yeah.
My client, Carl Jung.
Yeah. The Hermit, Wheel of Fortune. Justice.
Yeah, Pat Sajak's a tarot
Yeah,
card.
Pat Sajak and Vanna White are.
The Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun. Those are all separate.
Okay.
Judgment and the World.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Zawarudo is one of the JoJo memes, is because
Oh.
they say the world in Japanese or in English in the Japanese
In
dub
the
for some
Japanese
reason.
one.
Oh,
Maybe
Yeah,
because
and
it's
that's
in-
the one where
Maybe
Dio
because it's in reference
stops
to
time.
tarot card.
Yes,
Oh.
that's what I'm talking about. Proxy fighters, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persona steals from JoJo. If it's older or newer, I don't know what came first. Fuck.
Yeah, I think it's from tarot cards, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
Well, is it though? Maybe Persona made tarot cards.
well, I pulled this list
Yeah.
from
I've never heard of
daily.
them before.
No,
I
there's no way to
pulled
know.
it from dailytarotgirl.com.
I was hoping there'd be one.
Oh, good.
I was
It's a
hoping
reliable
there'd
source.
be one called Dishonor, and you would have listed it after death. I was gonna make a
No.
great joke. I won't tell you guys what it was, but I was gonna make a great joke.
In game, all of the people that you talk with, if you're trying to make a friend, they have a tarot card assigned to them. You might not know what it is.
It's just like floating above their head. It's like Indian poker when they like stick them on the
Stick on the forehead.
forehead.
It's deeper than their soul.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hard to see. You got to get to know them. And if you wear the same mask or equip the same persona as them and mirror their personality back at them, they'll like you faster.
So Joker's persona was what? Because I saw you use a
It
lot of
is.
shadows.
Yes, Joker's persona is Joker.
Oh, he's himself.
Yeah,
I see.
Joker is his archetype.
Yeah.
and his persona can be a bunch of different things. You unlock personas like as you go and you capture them, and then to combine personas, you bring them to the Velvet Room, which is the space between your subconscious.
The Velvet
and
Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Toronto.
It's between your unconscious and your conscious, and there's the same guy Igor who's in a bunch of games that are there.
Yeah, he's Frankenstein's
Is that the guy with the big nose who
Yeah.
pleats his hands and has gloves?
Yes.
I've seen him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pulls the switch to turn on Frankenstein's monster.
How do you think you combine two personas? What's the way to do it?
Make him fuck.
There is Frankenstein. It is from Frankenstein though. That is a Frankenstein pull they use him for.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Because he creates the persona monsters, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you make him fuck?
Nope.
Do you fuse them together?
Fuse them together, but by murdering them.
Oh, good.
Hell
You-
yeah.
There's like a big guillotine. This is the only one that I've unlocked so far. There's different ways to murder them, so they
Oh,
fuse
nice.
different.
It's like a stackable guillotine, so you put like somebody above the other guy.
It's actually two separate ones, which I know. That seems like a better idea.
Yeah,
actually.
right?
Yeah.
More efficient too.
Yeah.
You only have
Yeah.
to lift the blade once.
Yeah, you only have to drop it once too.
In your mind palace, you don't have to lift the blade. Yeah, so I guess a couple other interesting points. The Velvet Room, which I talked about. In the Jung's The Red Book, Philemon is a spirit guide, and in the early games, Philemon has the ability to awaken personas within people, and he's unable to meddle directly, so it's just another callback to Jung.
Okay, cool.
You had three companions. You had Morgana the cat.
Yes.
What's her card?
We don't know.
Okay.
She's, well, like, I think she's the lovers, because she's a healer.
Okay. And then you had girl and blonde guy.
Blonde guy was the chariot, I want to say. I'm going to probably say this wrong at this point. It's been a few days since I played. But I remember the girl is the lovers, and I think Morgana's the same.
Okay.
Maybe you're just saying that because you want to love the girls. You know what I mean?
I remember her
Maybe
being
you're
the
just
lovers.
a pervert, dude.
I remember her being the lovers, so I was like, of course, Japan. First
No.
blonde girl you run into.
The lovers.
But that's pretty much it. I know there's a lot of jargony stuff in there, but I think it's important to talk about the young stuff to understand
Yeah.
the Persona stuff.
The
It's,
themes-
it's important that we as a society start talking about the rubber man more, honestly.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rubber man.
I'm glad you brought it up, James.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's about time someone broached this topic.
Yeah. That's it. You insult them and it bounces right off. you know?
Exactly, yeah. And I'm all sticky from the Sticky Palace. It all
Rubber man.
sticks to me.
King of the Sticky Palace.
Yeah, it's pretty much it though, guys. So I would say if you get to play one of them, make sure you have some time. But
It sounds like really interesting to me.
yeah.
It's not on Steam, is it? It's PS4 exclusive or PlayStation exclusive.
That's a good question.
Persona
I
5?
only checked on the PlayStation, but
Okay.
it was on sale. I just recently bought it Cyber Monday, and it's a big time investment, but like you really do get attached to the characters.
It's like I have like a month now to actually play video games, and
Finish Prey.
my graphics card's dying, so I can't play like graphics intensive.
Oh,
video games.
yeah.
This one's pretty easy to
Yeah.
run.
Stardew Valley, dog.
It's
I was
half-
watching James play it, and I was thinking maybe I would get Stardew
Oh,
Valley.
dude,
but-
you should. It's pretty.
But
cheap.
I have I bought Surviving Mars, so
Oh,
if
yeah.
I want just like
Colony Sim.
yeah, exactly, I'd just play that. I think.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. If you want to find me on the internet, you can find me at James Miller on Facebook.
That's it?
Yeah, I guess on TLB_JAYMIL on Instagram, and the Lore Boys podcast on .com.
On the .com.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
And check us out on Twitch.
That's a period, not DOT. I've made that mistake before.
Jamie is an old man from the 90s.
yeah. HTTP
://
triple W dot
HTTPS.
kratzcreatures.com.
yeah.
Don't worry, we are running HTML5. It's HTTPS. Don't worry.
Yeah, come on by the Lore Boys on Twitch as well, because starting that up on Thursdays. I did a stream this Thursday, but since I'm so irregular with it, only Ethan was there.
Yeah.
I was there for a bit.
Yeah, that's true. You were.
That's right. We'll get a little bit of Twitch fiber in you. You get Twitch regular again.
Exactly. But so where can I find you guys?
Moi. I'm the cartoonist at
That means
Pete
me in
O'Donohue on
French.
Twitter. I do the artwork for theloreboys.com. Sometimes I'm in chat at twitch.tv/theloreboys. Again, email us, loreboyspodcast@gmail.com. We'll read it on air.
Yeah.
And then, Ethan, where can we find you, and how can these people send us not only emails, but e-transfers?
But good money. I'm at Ethan the Dead Man, and we do run a program here called Lore Boys Premium, where we offer our faithful listeners a chance to gain something from us or experience something with us in exchange for a small, monthly fee that we charge them. It's $54.97 every month, billed twice a month. And this week we got tickets to the Sticky Palace, my dudes. That's right. I'm opening up my brain. You subscribe
Hop on in.
You guys, you guys subscribe to Lore Boys Premium, and you guys have an all-access pass to my brain. You guys just fall asleep whenever you want to stop by my dreamscape. Just come on down.
This guy just did 2 exams yesterday. I can just picture him trudging through his own sticky palace to find the answer.
Waist deep in Orange Crush.
Yeah, I just have like lecture notes like all stuck to me, like stuck cans of Orange Crush all over the place. A friggin' rubber man making fun of me. So if you guys want to come on down, meet the rubber man, make sure to just I don't know. I still don't know where you're supposed to send your money or how you're supposed to get it to us, but I guess just go like Google Pay the Lore Boys and something probably comes
We've
up,
got a
right?
P.O. box in Alaska.
Yeah. Have you checked on it recently?
No, I haven't been back.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
It's probably just like spilling out into a snowbank.
We better get there pretty fast. Then. I think we can make it.
Well, we don't travel as much anymore.
Yeah, I know. Not a while. Maybe next week. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
Sit down in Alaska.
See you guys next week on the Lore Boys. That's a Lore Boys.
That constitutes the
Lore
Lore Boys.
Boys.
the Lore Boys promise.
Lore
Lore
Boys
Boys
out.
promise out. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Anybody else have a hankering for some fresh baked French bread?
Every day.
This week's episode sponsored by baguettes. Baguettes, the food of the French.
It's red and long.
And long, made of wheat and flour, I think.
Yeah.
Now available in gluten-free options.
Dude, I can't believe you talk about that with what's going on in France right now. You just talk like
They're
that.
insensitive to bring up baguette
very
right now.
I have an honest hankering for fresh baked French bread.
It is
I only mentioned it because I had a weird moment where I was like, fuck, I could go for some fucking fresh bread right
just a
now.
whole
man.
baguette, some hummus right now.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, dude.
Just hot butter, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Or cold butter on the hot bread, you know?
Oh, to turn it into hot butter.
Damn.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I have to say it on the podcast. We were playing Stardew Valley earlier, and I was looking for copper, and I found a bunch of copper. He's like, "It's like a copper gold mine." down here." I lost my shit.
We had a lot of fun watching Jamie play Persona earlier. Should have been
Stardew
there
Valley.
for it.
Stardew Valley, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, all of it, yeah.
Oh god, Peter, it's in your brain.